So, um, today is what the date is it today? I'm going to look at my touchscreen, my mobile phone. Yep, it's Tuesday the 5th of August 2025. Okay, and it's been alright, in some things, um, you know, um, I had a good weekend, reasonably mixed bag weekend in going to Wilderness Festival in Oxfordshire where I live. So you know for going during the day and leaving at night back to my apartment. Even though it's been challenging. So but I'm grateful. I didn't get everything mixed fit, but at least I met with people and you know possibilities like I can model, despite I don't have the ideal figure, but um will standard figure, but I'm still reasonable. I can promote and model myself with other people, and show styles and my knowledge. I can do that, as well as spirituality and other things. My eyes gone a bit thing, I think, because I got something went in my eye, and I don't have eye drops. I forgot about buying eye drops because I shouldn't have done that. Oh no. I, my eye, especially, I can't buy any eye drops. I have to get the ones that particular brand that seems to do well in Holland Barrett's. I buy that sell Holland Barrett's. It's not my ideal health shop, but they do. They still specifically sell particularly eye brand for my eye drops for my eyes that works well. I like the brand actually that covers, but yeah. Anyway, NAF, wild it's a wild company that does wild planting, herbal remedies, wildcraft and remedies. So, but God, my eye. I know I should not rub it, but okay. So even I'm not going to edit because like it's going to be a bit difficult for me to do that. So I'll just keep going. So yeah. Um. Yeah. Basically, yeah. I just so life with a woman with hidden disabilities is, and having no friends and family is difficult, but these are challenging. I did mention in my previous video about some of the negative experience I had and how I had to see through it. That even despite this bad things happen, good things happen. Well, hopefully that video will be still around, even though because I don't put that out there like most people just put, you know, limited what they say. Instead, I just said, if I'm going to put something, I'm going to say 18 plus, not for kids, so that, you know, and hopefully the videos that are meant to find that review still be viewable, despite that, unfortunately, I can't really rely on alternative on Instagram. They are having problems with loading the 20 minutes um videos uploaded or uploading, as opposed to, I don't have a tablet or a laptop, so, or computer, so I got this, so yeah. So today I had my meeting assessment, my second assessment with social services slash with the lady who works on my who does do service, sort of additional pretend support service in the housing charity that I'm in, and which I found out from someone who came met someone their mom that the service was not good for them either. So um so who had one of my disabilities, which is autism spectrum. So so um so it's obviously, I'm not in my mind that I have to go and find somewhere else to live and support. But fortunately, because I live in Oxfordshire County, that's not possible. So I have to use my spiritual field and just keeping using my spiritual practice and service, and like giving thanks and observing what I have, as well as using the gifts I have to open the way. So so you know um and at the moment it seems like I have to put myself on social media, show my talents in the world, and hopefully the services I get for a living will make will happen, offering to show, that I'm able to um promote my social media and account, have offer mental and spiritual advice and life experience advice and coaching, and offer my spiritual service, light language singing, songwriting, you know physical service, and and um and counseling, a mentorship with my disability, and through, as well as spiritually, in um um alternative field where I don't get back qualification in the physical world. And the only certificate I have in my spiritual practice was from someone from YouTube, which I got email, which I can't which email with 2 years ago. um yeah, 2 years ago. The sound healer and energy clearing. Okay, but yeah, so but 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 everything else is just my say, even though I have physical experience in doing workshop and teaching, from through and speaking public in my religious background, from where I'm from, as well as you know other stuff. So at the moment it's a bit challenging. At the moment I had to paid £100 on this app where you can you can video and edit and create your own business account, but digitalize, edit videos and stuff. But the thing is, though, I'm having a challenge in setting that up. I'm like, years ago I could have just done it, because the amount of things I've gone through, it's like more challenge. I wish someone else could do it for me, but I have to do it all myself. And like, I'm really tired. At the moment I have to manage my own in cleaning and tidying my own apartment, because social services are offering cinema like and restrictive approach, and a limited mind approach, or say ignorant approach, like unto the charity that I'm under. So, which, as I said, I can't name the charity, but I can name social services, because I said they don't work for me. For most of the general public, you know, who are disabled, um, it doesn't work. But which is not surprising for someone like me, who understands that these things was never meant to work in the first place. And those who do work, they are limited minded people, and those who are open minded, they will try to restruct the structure, but they will not going to be heard, like I have, like, because that system is meant to be broken, it's not meant to fix. You have to be opening a new system that is not back to governance system, or or approval charities that's backed up by the government, okay, system. You have to find self-funding sources that's outside the government system, but some way be approved midway in between until you can freely be separated from the old world system, okay? You have new earth frequency, okay? Or the golden age new utopia system, okay? But at the moment it's just that's the thing, I just, it's hard to watch me now, like my disability sort of that has deteriorated in some ways because of the amount of trauma and being put down, the amount of stuff. Maybe I will cover all this stuff, or maybe it's gonna be this the way it is. I don't know, but I have to admit, you know, I thought I met my person, and he said that apparently my disability will be removed. I had a prophecy from the Church of Jesus Christ, like those saints while I was born, that said that I'll have my healing and overcome my disabilities. But I think it might be in different ways. But and I also had a vision before I had that of myself and my divine person, and it doesn't seem like disability is an issue. So, and that my person seems to be the one who'll be helping me heal heal me. Like Mary Magdalene, she had disadvantage and she was healed by a divine partner, right? So that can happen. So, and I do hold Mary Magdalene codes kind of thing. So vibe coming on, my mother was like Mother Mary maybe, but she didn't go very far because of limitation. My dad was meant to be Joseph frequency because I was twins raised, but they were young souls, so I'm an older soul. So, but then again, Jesus was an older soul, and Mary Magdalene. So it depends. So, I'm not going to argue how it works, but I'm just saying. Even though my parents didn't know or they just believed that they were bound each other's eternal companions, which is another form of like divine partnership, twin flames kind of thing. But as I said, they never really leveled up, and but that was their decision, So yes, so yeah, so my assessment was not very good. So I'm no, and I did a reading for myself about the situation with like Ask Guides app, um, spiritual app that I got on app, and it came out. It was like probably more than one card, and the end result was a warning to me of what results that about my situation with today's assessment, and I know is that they want me to fail. There's a betrayal going on, and I don't have friends and family, so I don't know. So I have to ask that this won't happen. Last time I did had a warning about something like this, and I couldn't do anything about it. But in the end, I got a conversation, didn't I? But even then, it was not really consultation. You get my saying? I'm still going through a lot of opposition, and trials. You know, I just had a bit the old sweeten the deal kind of situation. The money was just only there for a temporary holiday, and 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 not enough for even to start my business, because I had to pay off my bills, and I got day-to-day stuff, and hopefully my main benefits be coming, despite that additional compensation money from PIP, from being chucked up from for forcing to unofficially forced to leave the group home, group care home, but Pip said to me that they said care home. So literally, they didn't say support living, care home. No, just care home facility. So even though it was private, government backed, originally was backed up from Labour, but there was evil people, conservative evil people back up that did not want, who worked for the cult, that didn't want me to have my situation. So I had to move on from that situation, which I can't share in details on my new platform that I'm under. But as you get, I probably get the picture from most people who walk out from disability that to have a very, very good reason to walk away, just like from their family members and stuff. As I said, it's very hard. Born and living with disabilities is very hard, and from society. But I'm hoping things no longer. I know in my life is not going to be completely hard times. You know, especially the final goalpost in this lifetime, it's going to be very easy. Until then, I'm just still got through a lot of hermit trials. You know, I won't be destined alone forever. I definitely know that. I got my divine person physically that I will meet one day. I was disappointed I didn't find that person. In Wilderness Festival. That would have been nice, but instead I met some people who have similar soul missions like myself, or soulmates of people, on soul tribal people. Even though they may or may not be permanent in my life, but at least I would bless them and they bless me, and that I'm on the right path in what I'm putting out there. I just have to keep on putting myself out there, and I will get paid for my services, my gifts, and my experiences. You know, despite not being able to destined to go to the world system of education and qualifications. That's not my destiny. Apparently, that's confirmed very clear. Because my soul is too pure for that. And anyway, it's that I'm not part of that old system. I'm in the pure system, you know, the new earth, new heaven, golden age system, right? So, and I'm like the person who's the lead and the gatekeeper and the show of things to come, right? So, you know, like Joseph of Egypt and Abraham, Sarah, Mary, you know, as I said, you know, just don't, you know, and other people, you know, like other people in history, you know, and in this world, but you know, but recording around the world, you know, of people on this planet, but I'm just, as I said, I just have to just keep on going. You know, being shown the visions and instructions that were shown by my divine mother and father, and by through my archangels and my guides and my high self, right? I just have to just keep going through the fire, the waters, everything, you know. But you know, I hope it doesn't actually literally ends that way. I'm hoping that I get better outcome. I keep on going my mind. I'm going to continue putting mine out there. I got a good place in Aberdeen where I could get rented, and hopefully through the web, I still have to set up my website. I opened my business account today, even though it's online. It's not high street bank. I wanted my mentor mentioned about a high street bank. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to have. I couldn't apply for the process online. I tried to go and go online, go on the phone call, but that didn't happen. Or even on WhatsApp for the official website. fortunately that didn't happen. So basically, I had to go through an app, um, um, US, there's mainly US bank, US, but they do multinational business. So I had to set that up. Um, and even then, I had to add to say that as a sole trader, because that's all I can register is a sole trader. I'm self-employed person is because technically it's right because the because my business will end with me, no one else. So therefore I'm gonna that's that my brand Pure Love Essence is gonna end with me. So I can't so which is quite there's some limited in that aspect, but at the same time like at least the taxman can't be after me if I go limited. Then if like, ooh, you got office and stuff like that. I don't. So me, I have to remain sole trader. So so register as self-employment and you can't register unless you on HR department. Which people don't know in UK, HR department is the work and pensions department, the tax people and the government funding for those who are unemployed and rest who has pension and universal state housing and all that kind of stuff benefits. All of those things go through that department. So state and welfare and so yeah, so that's so 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 yeah, so yeah, I just so yeah, it's gonna be probably a slow time for me to eventually, unless there was some miracle happen where someone helps me to get out completely from the system and I'm in a higher frequency system, great, that'd be great. Until then, I'm gonna be resting on disability, um on on social welfare benefits, um, including housing for now. But I'm allowed to earn a certain amount of money, and up for a year. So as long as I don't go over, then my benefits is fine. But as I said though, but I'm just this is a gateway of me be open to better communities for me. Because I said I'm not supposed to be doing this on my own, physically, mentally, spiritually, provide my own. It's up to the spiritual realm and 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 up to those who are signed on this planet to help someone like me. So until then, well, nobody's destined to support on their own. Actually, no one. Even if they say they are, technically they have unseen help or temporary help in some way or some type of support in their daily lives, even the day they was born, okay, and when they're babies, because nobody, even the animals and the plants, are supported in some way. So so nothing and no one in this planet is supported by themselves. Definitely, you know, it's non-existent. But anyway, but you know, but yeah, so yeah, I just have to have faith really and keep resilient. So I've been given signs and support that I do make the difference here. Even though I got knocked out and said I felt suicidal. I went to Cali Road to just like support community cafes back from social services and whatever, you know. And unfortunately, drop in there was some should be there in the drop in, but by the time I got there in late afternoon, the person decided to leave the door open, but no one was there for the drop in session. So that was really bad. I was like, okay, maybe I have to try again tomorrow or not at all. So I might just probably drop in anyway, but if I'm spiritually motivated or not, but I'm just, instead I have to just console myself in in a nature reserve in Oxfordshire, and a secret outdoor place which I didn't realise they now do food, bar that now do food. So that was really cool. But in Oxford, but city, but apart from that, I'm just like, you know, unfortunately, it was not the ideal place for me to outcry, um, heavily outcry despair, but at least I got cried out while I was walking. And then when I was walking and got off the bus from Oxford City, and then by the time I couldn't cry much, even though I was inwardly crying and screaming for help inwardly. I couldn't do it out loud. So, but at least I was just, you know, that's, I was able to get something affordable, you know, but, you know, some salad and pizza, you know, I think it was like £20 or £30, including 1 pint of ginger beer. And by the way, those who want to know, the ginger beer in the UK, we call it non-alcohol, and if it is, it's like probably like zero something alcohol content. Anyway, but yeah, it's a soft drink basically, beverage. So yeah, but yeah, I just yeah, but yeah, I just I'm frustrated with Instagram, because I said Instagram is Facebook, and I could go back to Facebook, but I know that's not being, and TikTok's not a good idea. Um, at the moment, I do not have energy to go for another profile, but I just have to pull through and continue focus on things I can do, even though I'm struggling. Everything I can do is a real struggle, moral struggle. But I've got a lot of faith back to me from the physical realm and the spiritual realm, despite those who have no goodwill, who 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 negatively attacked me, saying about my phone, or find something in my apartment and say, "Oh yeah, you got money." It's like I said, excuse me, my mobile phone is it's a very out of date iPhone that's so out of date that I can't actually use it because software this is no longer supported by Apple and other and Google software. Online browsers cannot update it properly. So I'm just basically it will die some point, and I'm hopefully I'm gonna get another Apple device or something. I know Apple is not that good or anything, but all of them is practically the same these days. But I'm hoping I'll be able to back up most of the stuff I have, and will be blessed for these things, you know, and still have Android stuff as well. So Apple and Android devices I can have maybe. So for certain things I need, because I said each thing has different things, right? So yeah, but anyway, so if I'm meant to have an advice, I'd be happy doing things. But as I said, so because as I said, you can't back, even with 2 phones. I haven't got any much space for backing up, even though I do upload stuff. I having trouble for that. I had to hoping someone can help me with that. Maybe but at the moment, technically I can't employ it for now, unless I cut down all my expenses, which is basically what do I cut down? I really, as isolated it is, I don't have a social life. I don't go out. Anything I go out is just basically to eat and hopefully interact. But even then, I don't actually I don't have a night social out or anything because, you know, and I still, and to be able to go home safely, I have to pay taxes, and that's not worth it. Um, I have to pay the bills, and I struggle with paying the bills on time. Hence, and I still have to fund myself with my self-employment, which has been a real struggle. Um, you know, Unofficially I started to sell my stuff, and I did try to promote myself online, but nobody wanted to. I didn't get offer someone to do sessions and stuff, so yeah, so group sessions and stuff. So even though I said I got donate and service pay, you know, didn't pay donate service, but didn't work out that way. So yeah, but even my business account, it said about payment, um, what amount I should be expected to pay for my self-employed business is £1,000 a year. That's what I put because that was the minimum that was suggested, right? So hopefully I will get more than that once if you know, but if not, it's not the end of the world. At least I tried, right? So I have more success than what I did when I tried to sell my artwork. In over a year, I didn't get much. I still had leftover artwork that I really was prepared to sell, and I still got some left over actually, but so yeah, so offline because I said I didn't have a place and I still can't exactly sell them. Yes, I was told I can sell this from here, but technically I know they're not going to be very happy. So so I can't really do that. So basically I just technically be better for me to get a warehouse and stuff. And at the moment, I do not have that company. Anything I'm dependent on is this local spiritual retreat, um, open house thing that rent, and hopefully just rent for 2 weekend, and hopefully I have enough clients so I can book ahead. So once a week or twice a week, especially since I live here locally. I'm more priority than most people because I live locally. That I'm able to do that, but and hopefully have funds to sell my artwork online, but which I can put things on storage, right, and stuff until then, and until my art into printing items like clothing and and other stuff. But the thing is, though, I have to find someone I can do ethical standards I want, and that's going to cost money to put that towards that. So only thing I can do is to sell my artwork. No promotion bags. No, I can't do insurance. I can't do markets because they have to do insurance. So the only thing I got is that place. And even then, that's at the moment they trying to set up a building to refurnish. So but as I'm hoping there'll be the open door. There may be someone. I'll find a client who can say, "Hey, do you want to travel the world?" And if it's one client that can open the doors for me, great. Or, you know, you get my saying, who support my business as well. So that'd be great. And I support them too. So that'd be great. But which I'm hoping that would happen. Actually, my mind is keeping going on that. Maybe Michael did show me a little hint when he convinced me when I was going to give up my body and this life completely, even though I knew I was meant to be like in this lifetime completely finish the race of this life. So finish the finish line of this life, but time I'm in, but um, really properly graduate, but this time I have to like, he has to convince me, you have to come back, and show me the positive things to come, and the things that I'm meant to bring, right? So, but I'm just like, enjoy Michael, but I just have to just keep on going, you know. I think that's what I'm gonna put. Keep on going. Put spiritual blog, detailed spiritual blog, life experience, But just I mean, I'm 30, if I remember rightly, I was born 1986, so technically I'm 30, 30 years old, 38 years old, or 39 years old. I can't remember. So, that's my phone. I'm hoping I got my iPhone with me. Yeah, I got my iPhone. Let's see. I have to remember. Damn it. If it will allow me on. Nope. It's not on. It's off. Damn it. I thought I left it on. It won't turn on for a while anyway. But yeah. I like technically 38 or 39 years old anyway. It was my birthday. So I'm just very corner to, yeah, there we go. It's on now. Just put, let's see if it's now responding since it has no SEM. Let's see. I'm just doing that now. Type how old I am. Yeah, I'm 38 years old, so I'm going to be 39 this year. Oh no, actually, I'm a bit too ahead. Actually, I'm not 39. I'm going to be 38 years old. Sorry, I'm going to be 38. So I just went ahead. Maybe because I want to skip a year ahead. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be I'm going to be 38 in this year. So I'm 37, but I'm going to be 38 this year. So I still got 2 years left before I'm hit 40. Isn't it? I don't understand. It said hold in 2025, 39 years old. So yeah, I'm gonna be 39. My birthday's I'm gonna be 39 years on my birthday. So yeah, I'm gonna be 39 in my birthday. So I've got one more year to go. One more birthday to go, and I'm gonna be like 40. So fucking hell. I'm trying to not get in the way, Hopefully, I meet my divine person before my 40th birthday. I'm really hoping so. Physically be with my true divine partner. But Christopher Ray partner, celestial, divine, celestial, Christopher Ray department. What's a department? What's going on? What is saying department? Maybe it is a department for finding divine past person. You never know. Maybe there is in spiritual realm, in the physical realm. You just don't know, right? Well, yeah. Anyway, I'm hoping something come out. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna be that'll come out from this trickery, ill will, deceit that's been put on me. I had sense when I moved in, um, but I didn't have a choice yet again that I'd be put in a person being in deceit and deception in harm way. But I didn't have but I had to have faith that everything will go through all right and that anything unnecessary will not happen to me, even though I did have going through really bad things because but not something like that that is bearable, but still for me it's unbearable, but it's not exactly to the higher sense. Apparently it's not, but I will keep saying I will not tolerate this anymore in this lifetime or in forever lifetimes, okay? I will say that, you know. Yes, I am an earth angel. Yes, I'm something, but I'm still do not tolerate in dealing with this anymore. I do not, you know. I would not, you know. I just want to have relief and happiness and quality. And that's it now. Just done. And I can receive generosity and goodness without putting myself in dealing in things that will put me over the edge of not wanting to live out in this world, because that's what happened to me today. Literally pushing my edge where I had to ground myself and say, this is not this is not your true heart desire, okay? There's a reaction from those who want you to feel this crisis and put you in the edge because they do not want you to succeed. They're not your friends. They're not whatever. Okay, they're not on the side. The system is not on your side, but the higher system's on your side. Okay, so you're gonna pull this energy through, and you're gonna keep releasing those low energies until you get back to a higher frequency. Because being a high frequency, you're gonna go through devastation, but then you come up the top even more higher than before. Okay, so that you alchemize the situation to come out even more golden, right? And triumphant and purification, with one soul, but and physical self, an ego. But yeah, my eyes and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna take my break now. I will try to do my online website thing so that I can, and then I have to do my business cards. I need to set up a basic website and then get the cards, get the room, 2 days, hopefully a weekend this month, and then just doing some basic things. And yes, I can't do basic, but at least I got a space to put these things out locally in Avondon, and hopefully the place that I'm set up, that I think it's St. Ethelwood's, I think it's called. Hopefully house. Hopefully with there. Hopefully people will come see my stuff, and hopefully promote my event, and and people come see my artwork, come open service for me about what's spiritual, mental, and disability mental service, my spiritual service, as well as my mentorship and intensive counselling service, and hopefully practice, and just hopefully it will work out. I'm even planning to probably go and just go locally, get my cards, get physical cards, and hopefully while opening doors also like say, hey, can you put my business card that I do readings, so like I bought your stuff, but can you promote my stuff too, and it's like, okay, we do that, because the fact that you support our businesses, you know what I mean? But and basically where I live, it's pretty much a community support community thing. So hopefully something happens. Somebody physically adopt me in my life. If my divine person is not turning up, then hopefully someone else, who's not my divine partner, who could be an adopted brother, adopted sister, adopted family member, mother, father kind of figure, and friend, can support me, while my divine person hasn't physically turned up. Spiritually, my divine person's here, but I'm just saying metaphysically, no. Or we have probably physically passed, but we hasn't really registered it yet, because it's probably not the right timing. Because it's probably divine protection. Because as I said, it's not just you. It's also because there might be certain people, certain things that will have warfare, because there's so much light and frequency. And as I said, and as I said, so I have to remember that there's a reason for protection. Maybe my divine person, me, are ready, but the world's not ready for us. You got me saying? It's like there's so many different reasons. I tried to ask AI about stuff, and I half believe what I but at the same times I don't. I'm still asking, like, God, divine, my higher self, in whatever. Just like saying, like, Divine Mother, Holy Spirit, Archangel, guide, reveal to me the truth. Reveal to me the truth that, I maybe ancestors too, because I don't really go there with ancestors. I'm just saying, I refer to higher realms, higher intelligent beings that comes beyond the earth, beyond the view, because they have more higher perspective. Well, ancestors, they're kind of limited perspective. Let's say that. I'm kind of a bit of a Mulan girl, like in Disney Mulan, where she kind of just she didn't call me ancestors. Instead, she just rather asked her a guardian, and her guardian was the dragon, right? Because her ancestors was just foolish. All of them was foolish, and she was like the cycle breaker of that generation, right? Because she called for higher than realms than her ancestors, right? Or she said, I would like to please my ancestors, but she just did not said, help me, please. No, because she knew that she was inwardly knew that she was the way show of the, you know what I mean? Just like, that's it. In the Disney movie Mulan, right? So, of course, Mulan is based on several Mulan couple in real life, which was not happy ending. It was a bit of a tragedy. And it was happy and tragedy at the same time. Let's say that. But but Disney likes to sweet, but you know what I'm saying. But there are things that do have happened in life beyond what Hollywood see. But I'm just saying, But so yeah, I just have to keep them going. Anyway, yeah, hope I get help with making more space. Maybe some space will happen, get funds to get a tablet, a laptop. You get me? Just all these things to span what my full purpose is. Anyway, blessing all, keep going forth.